Hi everyone, this is Fabi here, and as you might have already guessed by the title of this video, today I have a little bit of a story to share with you. The screen on this 2017 MacBook Air just broke out of nowhere. And you can see there's some lines on the screen, but you really can't see anything and you can't make anything of it because it's just artifacts basically. Well, surely you must have put some mechanical stress on the laptop lid. There can't be any other way. No such thing. In fact, the laptop was last used on a Saturday. It wasn't used at all on Sunday. It was just sitting on the desk with nothing on top of it. And on Monday, it was like this. You can still see dim lights as I move the mouse, or you can see as I'm moving my hand because I have Photo Booth open. You can see the lines are sort of shifting from one part of the screen to the other, but that doesn't really help me because the screen is just not working. So basically we note that the display still gets a signal, the backlight is still working, but besides that, all bets are off. Now look, I understand that the lid is thin and the screen can get damaged if you put heavy stuff on it or if you stuff it in a backpack, but the thing was just sitting on the desk, goddammit. I almost forgot to mention, I know that the screen is to blame here because when connecting the laptop to an external monitor, it works without any issues, so the motherboard is working as it should. I also tried disconnecting and reconnecting the ribbon cable which sends the video signal from the motherboard to the display, but that didn't help me out at all. Well, tough luck mate, why don't you just buy a replacement LCD display? It can't be that bloody expensive. Funny you mentioned that. I actually asked at local repair shops and none of them were confident doing this because of the bezel rubber lip, which according to them is impossible to get right when doing a repair. So because I don't want the laptop to look awful after the repair, the only two options that I have left are to go to the Apple store and ask them how much it would cost them to fix it for me, or just buying another MacBook Air which has the screen working and the logic board not, so that I can just take the top lid and replace it on my laptop. I did actually go to 2 Apple certified service centers because there's no Apple stores in my country, and the quote I got for the fix was $550. Now for those of you who follow the resale value on these laptops, you probably know that you can get a functional used unit for similar prices. So this was really just a non-starter for me. As far as buying a MacBook Air with a non-functional motherboard and just taking the top lid and replacing it on my laptop, it was a little bit cheaper, coming in at around $350, but considering the value of this laptop is not that high anymore, I just don't think it's worth it to dump $350 into it at this point. Not only that, but given the fact that I'd have to buy this from the likes of eBay, I could easily get scammed because as far as I know, there's no easy procedure to check if the display is working as long as the motherboard is not. So ultimately what I'll end up doing is selling it because you can still hook it up to an external monitor and sort of use it like a Mac Mini, just a little bit slimmer and a little bit larger. What I want to ask Apple is, how could something like this happen? The laptop was barely older than 2 years and it wasn't treated harshly at any point. Now look, I understand the desire to make tech more appealing to the general public by making it thinner and lighter, but when it gets to this point that the screen breaks out of nowhere, I think this is too far. It's in fact not even the first Mac that I've had issues with. I used to have a 2011 27-inch iMac and the DVD writer on it just stopped working reliably after 2 or 3 years, and the computer altogether just stopped working. It broke 6 or 7 years into owning it, and so I had to sell it for parts apart from the motherboard, which was fried. Apple service is great, don't get me wrong. I like the fact that they repair their products even out of warranty if an issue is frequent enough, but the issues that I've had with my Macs just weren't this frequent, and so I've been literally just out of luck. Still, as an engineer, thinking about a fried motherboard just 6 years into its life cycle is pretty goddamn catastrophic. I don't think it's necessary for me to say that I love the Mac hardware and macOS. I mean, just look behind me. There's a 2016 MacBook Pro which is hooked up to my external monitor and it works great, but I'm just not happy with their reliability. My hope now that Apple has started to shift to Apple Silicone is that the Macs will become more reliable. When I think about iPhones and iPads, I have never had such issues with them, and I just hope that the Mac platform could get to the same level of reliability really soon, or otherwise Macs are just going to be a hit or miss for me. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have you guys encountered any issues with Mac laptops or Mac desktops, or even Windows laptops or PCs? If you have, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I'll make sure to respond to all of you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and make sure to like this video. It really, truly helps me out. Stay tuned guys, I'll catch up with you in the next one.